Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another show of Heavy Hitters. I am your host, Michael Grady. Today's topic is a simple topic, but yet, you know what? I just want to know, man. I just want to know this one particular thing. And tonight's topic is going to really stress the fact that why do people act bougie talking about women, and why do dudes be stunting? Okay, this is a topic that I feel like I need to get addressed because I'm not gonna lie, people. I'm not gonna lie. I do stunt. I do stunt. I like to have a good time. At the same time, does it make it right for me to do that? And a lot of people may look at me like, yo, why is he doing that? Why is he up here, making it rain with money? Why is he out here like acting like nobody else can't do what he do? But at the same time, I'm like, yo, that's just me. But a lot of people feel like being bougie and being stunting is frowned upon. And I want to know, what do people think about that? Why do you do it? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to speak on my own personal experience. Like, I came from a place where I was growing up. I didn't really have a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I lived in a household. It was like a very small house with maybe 6 people in the house living off $1,000 income. So when I come up, I went through a lot of things just to, come up and just be like, you know what? I want the finer things in life. Now, don't get me wrong, though. A lot of people think when you stunt and being bougie is a bad thing. No, it's not a bad thing. Only time when it turns to the worst is when you act like you never been there before. And me, I never been there before. Because like I told you before, fans, I never had it like that. I can honestly tell you right now, when I was growing up, I never had a bathroom. Okay? Never had a bathroom. You know what I'm saying? We used to have an outhouse. Yeah, I'm not embarrassed to say it. We used to have an outhouse. Matter of fact, fuck it. I'm going to go and tell you right now, we used to have a pee bucket. All right? We had a pee bucket, and if anybody took a shit in that joint, I don't give a damn what time it is, yo. You got to take that shit outside. And I live in the country, so it's snakes, all types of shit, everything, everywhere, bears, whatever. But at the same time, it made me who I am right now, and I appreciated that. But the reason why I picked this topic, because I just want to know. My mind is always asking, why do women act bougie and why do dudes stunt? You know what? I'm going to give you a simple definition. Speaking from a man perspective, I'm going to give you a simple definition on why dudes stunt. I just feel like dudes stunt because they want to feel accepted. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you earlier, I did that, and I'm guilty of it. I wanted to feel accepted. Why? Because I wanted women to like me. I wanted people that see that, for me doing what I was doing, you know what I'm saying? I wanted people to accept me because I'm out here doing things that they couldn't do. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, if you're not on that same level as me, I will look down on you. Just like a woman will look down on you if she is bougie. So if a woman is bougie, I'm going to attack you for a minute, ladies, because I already gave enough work to my dudes. But I'm going to attack the ladies right quick. If a woman is bougie, she wants the finer things in life. And I hear women talking about, they want the biggest diamonds. They want to be appreciated. They want to go to the wine and dine. You know what I'm saying? They want Louis Vuitton. They don't want no secondhand stuff, because at the same time, they look at that like, you know what, that's beneath me. But women, you got to understand too, though, for you being bougie, a man may look at that as saying like, yo, that's a turn off to them. You know what I'm saying? So if a man look at you as you being bougie, they're going to be off the top turned off. Like, if some dudes accept that, it's not that many dudes that accept a bougie woman. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather accept a woman for her, for her independence. I'd rather accept a woman for her being stable. I'd rather accept a woman for being smart. But I definitely want to accept a woman for her being materialistic. That is one thing. And when you being bougie women, that is one thing that turns a lot of men off. It'll definitely turn me off, because like I said, when you get older, like younger, I was a younger dude, you know what I'm saying? I was like, you know what? The image is everything on me. So that's why I got caught up in the hype. But for some people that sit there and just think that that's the everyday thing, people, wake up. It's not. It's not the everyday thing. At the end of the day, can you take that shit with you when you're dead? No. So why in the world, the question is today, why in the world would you want to be bougie? Or why you want to stunt? At the end of the day, when you're dead and gone, you can't take that shit with you. Like I said, people are going to frown on you because they feel like if you never had nothing, they're going to look at you like, why you acting like this now when you got something? You can't be like that. You cannot be like that. And at the same time, people are going to accept the fact that if you're like this and you're doing it on a consistent basis, you're going to lose a lot of people that really trusted you. Hashtag, you're going to lose a lot of friends. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm going to go through a couple examples on, I got it strolling down right now on a couple of reasons. Here's a couple of, a couple of reasons why someone may dislike you for no apparent reason. And now we all talking about being bougie and we talking about, stunting on other people. I'm gonna give you a couple of examples that I pulled up doing some research. So I feel like they need to feel good about themselves. Poor self-esteem can lead people to dislike you instead of using that energy to work on their own views or themselves. They choose to bring other persons down. That is what people that are bougie and stunting do. And let me elaborate on this part right here. When they said that you want to choose them to bring others down, if someone is not on the level as you on, you're going to look down upon them. No ifs, ands, or buts. Point blank, period. Okay? Why do people do that? I don't know. That's the question that we're trying to figure out today. Some people just feel like if you look down on somebody, you're going to be over them. And that may be true. I don't feel like I need to do that. And some people that's viewing this podcast right now feel like that's not them neither. Because karma is a bitch. Understand that right now. Karma is a straight up bitch, man. You cannot treat people a certain way just because they're on a certain stature. You know what I'm saying? Some people that's all they may have. You know what I'm saying? Just like me when I was young. When I was coming up in school, some people looked at me because, I wore stuff that wasn't cool to what they wore. You know what I'm saying? They looked at me like, yo, he ain't on our level. Fuck him. But at the same time, I'm like, when I grew up and I went through what I had to go through, it made me a better person who I am today. And the same people that talked about me when I was younger, those are the ones that's struggling right now. Like I said, people, that is karma. Karma is a bitch. It may not get you right then and there, but at the same time, I had a method to my madness. I was trying to sit there and come up and not taking away from my mom and dad, because that's all we had. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate them because that's what made me into the man I am today. And I love you, mom and dad, for that. Y'all inspired me to do better. Even though y'all couldn't do what I wanted y'all to do when I was younger, y'all made me appreciate where I'm at right now. And I thank you. Love you to death. But getting back to my point, though, some people that sit there and do that, like, why do you do that, though? Like, do you even feel bad from talking about somebody who don't have the same clothes you have? Or do you not feel bad when some people may not have the shoes that you be rocking? Do you ever thought about maybe some people can't afford that? You was in a better position to do that. But on the flip side, it's other people they have to account for. You know what I'm saying? So you cannot sit there and knock them. Don't knock anybody for what they don't have, because at the end of the day, like I said earlier, you cannot take it with you when you're dead and gone. My second point, they think you don't deserve it. One thought may be that you just got lucky. Just got lucky. And I know some people that I went to school with that did get lucky, had all the fresh gear, had everything they wanted up under the sun. And I had nothing. I had literally shit. But I made it do though. And like I said before, we came to a position now that where certain people that did all that stuff then because they had it like that, now they struggling. Let me finish with my point though. Or that you did something questionable to get that win or accomplish that goal. Let me elaborate on that part right there. When it says you did something to get that win, that means you probably either stabbed somebody in the back to get where you are, or you just totally disregarded somebody like, you know what, fuck them, I'm gonna get me. And there's a lot of people out there right now that's doing that shit right now, and that's sad. Like, people right now don't have a conscience on anything what they do or say. So when you do that to get that so-called win, think about what you did that win for. Is it really a win though? It's not really a win, because at the same time, you're judging somebody because of their shortcomings and you feel like you're coming up because they can't get on your level. That's fucked up, period. Some people think like that, man. I mean, I don't understand why. And like I said, I'm guilty, because when I was caught up, like I said, people, when I was young, I'm 43 years old. When I was younger, I didn't really care about what other people thought, because I was out there doing me. You know what I'm saying? I was out there, living a lavish lifestyle, they're doing bottles, buying bottles in the club. Yes, that was me right there. That was me right there. But at the same time, what did I have to gain? It's only a temporary high. And the people that surround you, that when you're going through that little episode, those are not true people though. They're only living for the moment because, like I said, they feel like they can come up because you feel like you came up. You know what I mean? So always look around the people that you associate with, because some people out here are leeches. Some people don't have your best interest, and some people want to come up. And if you feel like you came up, you don't have to take care of what everybody else around you feels like you should do. No, we don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Smart people don't do that shit. But dumb people, like I was when I was younger, you know what I'm saying? I'm woke now. So I just feel like people just take into consideration that if you're going to sit there and sit here and just laugh and just sit there and enjoy the moment, you sadly mistaken. I got a comment right now. I got Christopher Williams talking about, what's up, Tabby Smile? All right, Chris. All right, Ron Hopper. I'm going to get at you, though, on some later, too. You need to answer your phone, too, Chris, because I've been trying to call you like a mug, man. But, yeah, but for real, though, people, man, like, I just feel like if you're going to sit there and just judge somebody for the stature, you're clearly not a true friend to me. And even right now, when I experience stuff as an adult, I experience things with people that I deal with right now that I feel like are on the same level as me, but at the same time, they look at me in a different light because I'm not on the same level as them. That to me is standoffish. That to me is somebody who's higher class. That to me is somebody that's bougie. And like I said, why do people want to be bougie? I have the slightest idea. I want to hear what the people say out here on this podcast right now on how do you feel about someone that you think is bougie or they be stunting. And if for the people that don't know what stunting means, like I said, that's just out here making it rain. That's out here buying the bar. That's out here just doing what you do because at the time you're living for the moment and not looking at the repercussions of your own actions. Let me get back to some of these topics right quick. They think that you don't deserve it. Oh, I read that one already. But let me get back to this one. They are jealous. And I can't be jealous of somebody stunting. I can't be jealous of somebody being bougie. But what I can be upset at the fact that if somebody want to sit here and just think that, you know, I call people like this. I call bougie on a budget. You know what I'm saying? I call that bougie on a budget. I call them a B.O.B. Bougie on the budget. And if you're looking at my title, it said, why you gotta be a BLT? The BLT means be like that. All right. So for people that want to be like that, meaning bougie and stunting, why y'all gotta be like that when you didn't have that in the first place? All right. You didn't have that in the first place. So you feel like material things just come up to you and just now you look down on everything that you was just so you can feel accepted by society. That's not cool, man. That's fake as shit to me. I don't know why people do it, but they doing it to this day. And it's even worse with our own race. And when I say own race, I'm talking about the black race. We are worse at it. You know what I'm saying? I see people that I know damn well that put, you know, use kerosene heaters, but now all of a sudden they feel like just because they move in a different area, they feel like they look down on people like that. Fuck it. I had kerosene heaters. And it got me through. You know what I'm saying? Would I use that shit right now? I definitely would not, because that shit used to stop me the hell up. But at the same time, it got me through. It got me to where I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying? But let me get back to this point, though. They're saying people that they are jealous. They don't think about how much you had to work to get where you are, which is true. So for people that sit here and they work hard and they feel like they want to, you know, enjoy a certain lifestyle, I get it. If you work hard, you're entitled to whatever you work for. I get that totally. But people, don't forget where the hell you came from. You know what I'm saying? Some people came from nothing and act like you've been there before, even though you haven't. It's called being humble. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna use myself as an example again. Like I said, I came from nothing. Now I'm doing the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing the damn thing. So I just want people to understand, like, when people don't have anything when they're coming up, yo, that doesn't mean anything. You got to accomplish your goals to be able to obtain the things that you want in life. You know what I'm saying? It's not hard. Is the struggle real? Indeed. Everything don't come in this world for free. You have to sacrifice to get what you want. And that's exactly what I did. That's just like millions of people that may be watching this show. A lot of people came from the bottom, now they up. You know what I'm saying? So take that into consideration, people. Just because we wasn't born with silver spoons, it's not like we can't get there. They don't understand that if they put in the same work, they can also be successful. That goes off of everything I just said. Period, point blank. You know what I'm saying? So when you work hard, people, you sit here, you work hard on things, you work on your craft. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be things that you're going to get, but it may not come to you right then and there. Be patient. You know what I'm saying? Be patient with everything you do. You know what I'm saying? Be patient with everything you do. Be patient with timing. Timing is everything. You may not get it right then and there, but guess what? Somewhere down the road, you're going to get it, man. Trust me. You just got to have faith, and you got to have patience. I got Christopher Williams back again talking about that's how they validate themselves. Facts, Chris. That is exactly how they validate themselves. But at the same time, it's fake as hell, though. You can't sit there and tell somebody, like I said, I'm gonna give you a prime example. Everybody know who Floyd Mayweather is. Floyd Mayweather is one of the top boxers in his weight class. He retired undefeated. Floyd Mayweather's out here stunting, buying everything up in the sun that I know damn well I can't afford. But at the same time, what is he looking to gain? Like I told you earlier, some people leech on to things like that. They leech on to that because they want to enjoy their ride. Being bougie, people going to leech onto you. They're going to suck you dry. When you stun, people going to leech onto you and suck you dry. Period. And guess what? When everything's said and done now, Mayweather, he is well established. But for somebody like myself, when the water runs dry, guess what my friends going to be at? I'm looking for them. They're not going to be there. Were those true friends to me? Like, let me see if I can find some friends that's going to be there for me when I have nothing. Absolutely nothing. When I don't have the nice cars, when I don't have the nice clothes, when I don't have the lavish lifestyle, where are they going to be at when I have absolutely nothing? Ask yourself that, man. Ask yourself that. Is it worth being bougie or stunned, especially when you don't really have it like that? Some people don't have it like that, and they still content on being stuck up or being conceited or being a certain type of person or other people not being on their level. Why do you do that? I'm just curious though. Why would you do that? Tell them, Joe Buttons. Like, why would they do that, Joe Buttons? Why? Exactly. Why would you sit there and think that you living above your means and everybody else is living below your means? Not theirs, but below your means. I don't get it. Like I told you before, man, bougie on a budget. Bougie on a budget. You can't sit out here and thinking that you wearing designer clothes. You know what I'm saying? You're sitting here, getting the designer bags. But yeah, at the end of the day, you taking an Uber. How the hell are you being accepted of a higher class when you can't even do the real shit? I've seen a lot of them. I've seen a lot of people do that though. But why though? That's the $1 million question tonight. Why do you have to be that way? I never understood it. I never got it. But if you're going to be that way, I can understand, like I said, people that may be silver spoons, you're born into it. But people like myself that came from the bottom and just raised up, like, we know what the struggle is. We know how to adapt. But when we get to a level to feel like we don't need that, stay humble to yourself and stay humble to the other people around you. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, people, you don't sit here and have to have a lavish lifestyle to be happy. A lot of people had lavish lifestyles and they was miserable. Michael Jackson, prime example. Rest in peace, Michael Jackson, dead. Rest the dead and all that. But he was miserable and had millions. A lot of celebrities, even though they lived in a certain lifestyle of that bourgeois, they were always unhappy. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm living good. I'm doing good, but I'm doing good for myself because I bust my ass to get to where I was at. But at the same time, I'm never gonna forget where I came from. I'm not going to forget the people that got me to where I'm at right now. But a lot of people take that in consideration. Like, if you're not there on that level, you're beneath me. And that's the sad thing, because if it wasn't for the people, that get you there, you wouldn't be there in the first place. So why shit on them and don't accept them into your circle, or even try to give them an opportunity to get on the level where you at? That is the sad part within the African American race. Matter of fact, if you're doing that right now, if you're listening to this podcast right now, I mean, you feel like if you're on a level to where nobody else is on you, get down on that level first and humble yourself. Because even though you made it, you know what I'm saying, try to help somebody else to get on that stature or that level that you can get on so they could be successful. Don't never hold nobody down, ever. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem that we tend to have. We don't try to lift anybody else up from the struggle that we come through. If we made it, we leave them behind. Let me get back on this topic right here. They think that your life is great, and it's quite possible it is, which it is, because you're living a lavish lifestyle, and they would likely trade their problems for yours. So with that being said, if I was in a situation to where I was miserable with my life, and if I see someone else that is solely successful, you know what I'm saying, of course I want to trade my life in with them. That is something that I would definitely do even as a child, because I've seen people come up, like I said, when I was little, that had everything. Fuck, I used to wear my sister's shoes, y'all. Like, for real. I used to wear my sister's shoes to school, and that was the only thing we had, and I had to make do with that. And people used to clown the shit out of me. They was like, "Oh, you know, those are girls' shoes." Hey, man, that's all I got. But at the same time, I'm looking at everybody else. They didn't try to lift me up and be like, "Yo, do you need help? You know what I'm saying? Do you want to, you want me to try to help you out, see if you can get a job so you can get your own shit?" Nah, they made fun of me, though. You know what I'm saying? And they made fun of me because of the simple fact that I didn't have it like that, and they did. So now when I'm an adult, 43 years old, I go back and I look at them. I'm like, damn, you still living the same life you did when I was in high school. But your boy right here doing it big. What's up with that? That's not me being bougie. That's me being determined. Because I took everything that I went through from a kid, and I built off it, everything I went through as a kid to an adult. Some people don't get it, but right now I feel like it's too late right now as an adult. You should have learned all that when you was younger. But like I said, it was all fun and games then. But now when you're an adult and you can't get that same opportunity when you was a kid because nobody ain't carrying you. So you got carried when you was a kid. But as an adult, people gonna look at you like, "Motherfucker, you an adult. Do your own shit." You know what I'm saying? People even look at me like that. They look at me like I'm an adult, and I'm like, "Yo, you know what? No worries. I'm gonna get it one way or another. I'm gonna do it the right way. I don't have to do it the illegal way by going out here selling drugs, being a stick-up kid, or robbing somebody. No, I'm gonna get out here and I'm gonna be determined." Because the whole time when I was in school, I was determined. And like, not one time was I embarrassed of my lifestyle, because I know that's all I had. You know what I'm saying? And I never forgot it. I feel like a lot of people right now that are doing good for themselves, they forgot their upbringing. Why do you forget your upbringing? Because you know what? You feel like right now it's irrelevant. And that's sad. That's so irrelevant. Let me get a comment right here. I got Christopher Williams right here talking about the world has programmed us to think that the lifestyle we should be living when it's not. Chris, you're speaking real shit. You need to come on my podcast and stop sending me messages. At the same time, Chris is right though, y'all. Like, the world sat here and told us, like, whatever you see on TV, this is what's supposed to be accepted. But a lot of people tend to forget from what's being taught from within. And when I mean within, I'm talking about what's being taught in your home. I don't listen to what's going on the outside. I try to emphasize everything that I grew up with from my mom and my dad. You know what I'm saying? They sat there and they showed me what the struggle is. They showed me how to survive. But at the same time, the most important thing they taught me is never forget your upbringing. And I think a lot of people forgot that when they feel like they made it, so-called made it. Because I don't care what nobody say. Just like I told you earlier, when a person feel like they're successful, they still have issues. They still have pain. They still have struggles from within, even though they are well off in comparison to what somebody else that doesn't have nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I look at a homeless person right now, a homeless person, that could have been me. I could have been a homeless person. You know what I'm saying? But I seen some homeless people, even right now in this area where I'm living in the DMV, I see some homeless people and they are encouraged because they feel like things are up and coming, even though they don't have nothing to look for. When I see them, I don't doubt their strength. I don't doubt their struggle. I don't even doubt their motivation because I see it in their eyes that they see something better that's going to transpire with them throughout their walk. Some people that, like I said, with the people now on the flip side of that, people that are established, they feel like everything is everything. They feel like it's an entitlement. They feel like the whole world is at their hands. And they feel like they don't have to want for anything. I guarantee you right now, if they did a study on people right now that was wealthy, living a lavish lifestyle, I guarantee you if they went into their minds psychologically, they're struggling with something. And the one thing I feel like they're struggling with is to be accepted. Point blank, period. They feel like everything that they accomplished, they feel like all the luxury lifestyle, they feel like all the money that they obtained throughout their transgression and whatnot, they feel like people are only with me because of that. They're only with me because I feel like, I can only get friends by how many bottles I buy. Or I can get friends off of the simple fact that they shouldn't have to front no bill. Or I can get friends because I got it like that. Trust me, man. For all you people out there right now that feel like y'all stunting, friends do not take advantage of anyone. A true friend. So understand that right now. If you're making it, you got it. That's all well and good. But friends do not take advantage of friends, especially when they feel like the person that's taking care of them, they got it like that. They good. Don't worry about it. Where do you come into play? When do you step up to the table and say, you know what, man, I got this? And I've experienced it too. I've been with people that dealt with me, even though I said, I got it. Don't worry about it. It's been, and like I said, I'm a humble dude though. I sit there and I try to accommodate the people, but what are the people that doing to me to try to accommodate me? Like, can you do the same thing that I do? If you can't, that's fine. That's fine indeed. But don't look at me as I'm being bougie. Don't look at me as I'm being like I'm treating you like second class, because I cherish what some people lack. I cherish friendships to the utmost. You know what I'm saying? And I believe in having a good time like any other person would. But some people just don't take that in consideration to where they look at me as if me being bougie because I bust my ass and I work hard and I like to play hard. No, I'm not being bougie. I'm just catering to my people. I'm catering to the people that gave back to me. But most importantly, I'm giving back to people. So when you see that if I can do it, you can do the same thing. And that's facts. That's straight facts, though. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I got another comment right here. I got Rarity Goddess. What's going on, Stephanie? She's talking about just stopping by, showing love. Girl, I haven't heard from you in a hot damn minute. I may need a reading because I want people to know what I'm saying is facts. So if you get a chance, I definitely want to take advantage. And I ain't even seen you in a while neither, so we definitely gotta chop it up. But yeah, some people just don't get it. And maybe it's a generational thing. Like I said, I'm 43. I look at things from a different perspective when I was in my 20s, or I look at things from a different perspective when I was younger. And I take so hardly that everything that I transpired in within my life that made me who the man I am today, it came at a price. Like I had to sacrifice everything I went through when I was younger, when some people didn't even go through what I went through as a kid, but now they suffering as an adult. And I'm prospering. And I'm not bragging. Like I said, I was determined, straight up determined though. You know what I'm saying? So what comes with determination leads to outcome, and what leads to outcome leads to success. Plain and simple. You know what I'm saying? Like I went through so many struggles as a child. And like I said, I'm not knocking my mom. I'm not knocking my dad. You know what I'm saying? But I went through so many things as a child to where if you was in my shoes, you probably wouldn't have made it. I made it, people. I made it, and I become successful. But at the same time, I'm not downplaying anything, whatever someone may be going through right now. If they're not on the level that I'm on right now, You know what I'm saying? I'm not downplaying them because, at the same time, a lot of people may look at this comment saying, what's so bad about being bougie? It's nothing. Okay, I'm gonna give you two sayings on being bougie. Okay, it's nothing wrong. I'm not saying right now it's nothing wrong with being bougie. It's just how you present it. If you present it to a degree to where you look down on people, that's where you fucked up. But if you present being bougie and you actually giving back, a lot of people are not going to look at you in a different light. A lot of people are going to look at you like, you know what, this man gave back or this woman gave back to the community. That's not it may be classified as being bougie, but at the same time they're giving back, and that's more humble. So for some people, if you're listening right now, if I'm not saying whatever you made throughout your childhood all the way up to now, I'm not saying you have to do that, but at the same time, have a little common courtesy to be humble to the people, period. You know what I'm saying? Especially people that's famous, because without the people, you wouldn't be famous. Without the people, you wouldn't be successful. Without the people, you wouldn't make millions. So for people to sit there and downplay them because they're not making millions of dollars just like you are, just think though, the same people that you knock is the same people that can make you broke. So I just think that if you want to be accepted in life, you have to do for people. You don't have to give everything for people. Just have the common courtesy and to have the simple decency to not look down on anyone that may not be on the level as you are. The level that you're on right now, you got there because people pushed you up. Okay? You didn't do all this shit by yourself. You did it with the assistance of other people that you didn't even fucking know. Okay? So when a kid comes up to you, an NBA player, and say, excuse me, can I have your autograph? And you just want to push him to the side like, I don't do that. Think about that shit again. Think about that. Because that may be somebody's son. And if you had a child and then somebody else made it famous and they did your child the same way, how would you look at that professional athlete? You look at them in a different light. That's why I would look at people right now that's being bougie in a different light, because you don't have to be that. And like I said, I'm not taking it away from you. Bougie can be a two-headed sword. You could be on the fence with being bougie. It's about your deliverance, and it's about how you go about being bourgeois. You could be bourgeois to everybody. You could be bourgeois to a certain brand of people. Fuck, you could be bourgeois. You could do whatever the hell you want to do. But at the same time, you just have to show respect. Show respect for the people that got you on that platform. Show respect for people that sit there and made you who you are today, whether you're male or female. Take pride in the people that support you. Because like I said, without them, you would not have been successful. So it don't pay. A lot of people may say, well, Mike, damn, I thought you said bougie ain't a bad thing. I never said it was a bad thing. I just said you just got to know how to go about being it. Being bourgeois is not a bad thing, people. You know what I'm saying? Being bougie is not a bad thing. Stunting is not a bad thing. Just know how to give back. I try to give back every time I go home. Small town, North Carolina, Kinston, North Carolina. What up, though, 252? You know what I'm saying? I try to give back to my community. I try to give back to the people that I grew up with. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want people to think that I forgot about them. I'm not a celebrity. But at the same time, I never forgot where I came from neither. Like, my mom's still living in the same house that we grew up in. It's not to the lavish lifestyle of some people that's making millions of dollars, but at the same time, it's my home. I can call that home when I go home. You know what I'm saying? I can lay my head there and feel good about sleeping, because guess what? I grew up in that house. That's my house. So when people feel like they are entitled to in and everything, think twice about that. You're never guaranteed anything until you actually realize or been through what someone is struggling, is going through to this day. The struggle is real. The struggle is important. The struggle is what will make you or break you if you allow it to happen. If you can't live a lifestyle to where you can actually build off of having that self-motivation or having that self-attitude or that demeanor to where you feel like Yo, I could live without nothing. Fuck, I used to eat rice and butter. Me and my brother used to eat rice and butter and sugar water every day when we got home from school. We couldn't afford to even go to McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't afford to get none of that nice shit. But at the same time, my brother's successful, Ben Grady. Boy, I fuck with you, boy. I love you. Myself, I'm doing pretty good. We doing great. We doing everything that we supposed to do because it made us stronger for us to come up the way we came up. So the whole topic tonight, like I said, people being bougie, you can say what you want. A lot of people feel like bougie people are people full of shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's understand people. They got to that level for a reason. Either you work for it and you got there like I did. I'm not even classifying myself as being bougie because I know I give back. But for some that sit there and just completely disregard anybody else that's not on the stature as them, check your fucking self. Point blank, period. And if you live in bougie on a budget, you definitely need to check yourself because you ain't got shit, but you out here faking. Why fake? If you're going to do it up, do it big if you got it like that. But if you ain't got shit, that you out here living like you can make it like that, stop that shit, man. That's funny as hell. I don't know why people do that shit because I never understood it. But if you're sitting there thinking that just because, you could sit there and faking the fraud and thinking you got it like that and you really don't, man, come on, man. You're gonna really sit there and tell me that you can sit there and afford something like a Bugatti when the whole time you only could afford a Kia. No offense, Gary Smoot. No offense, though. No offense. Yeah, shout out my man Gary Smoot. Yo, he got his podcast going in about 23 minutes. Smoot Talk, check him out. He got some good shit on his podcast. But if you want to live outside your means, live outside your means then. That's your choice. But at the same time, people that's doing the right thing and being smart about their money, that's going through the struggle, they're going to pass you by. Trust me. I'm living proof. I did that same shit. Like I said, I went through so much shit in high school to the point of where it didn't anger me, it motivated me. Some people looked at me like, well, why are you going to sit there and go in the military? Because that's what I did. I had a plan. Some people that don't have it like that, they have a plan to be successful later on down the line. And if you think I'm lying, like I said, I'm living proof. I'm doing well off. I know some people that I even know family that's doing successful that came from the same shit that I came from. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna say shit. Came from the same era that I came from, and they're very successful to this day. Rod Williams, shout out to you though. I don't know you know what I'm talking about, but yeah, man. I mean, it's tough. It's tough trying to be accepted in this world right now, but you can definitely do it. You know what I'm saying? You just got to be humble. And for the people that's on that level as not feeling like people that's below them, yo, humble yourself. Help people out. I'm not saying give them all, but give them the opportunity or give them a opportunity to show what they made of. Somebody gave me the opportunity to be successful in life and I took full advantage of it. I'm trying to implement that same thing with my kids because my kids I don't want my kids to come up like I came up because they're in a better position than I was. But I still want them to be humble because, like I said, dad struggled just so you can succeed. You know what I'm saying? I went through ups, downs, hell and high water. And at the same time, I don't want that for my kids, just like my dad did for me. My dad went through a lot of damn things to the point where he really could have just walked out the door and said, you know what? Fuck this family, fuck the kids, fuck whatever. But he didn't. He stuck it out. Those are the type of people that I actually respect the most. I don't respect silver spoons because you never had an opportunity to know what the struggle is. You was given a silver spoon. And you never knew what the struggle was. Period. I remember my mom used to sit out early in the morning and just get welfare food just so we could eat. But for somebody that's stunting doing good, they ain't never had to experience that. Oh well, I did. I did. And Ma, that peanut butter was terrible. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I had to put some sugar on that shit. You know what I'm saying? That peanut butter that you got from that sitting up there 4:30 in the morning, it was terrible. I had to put sugar on it just so I can get it to go down straight. All right. But at the same time, you did what you had to do, and it made me who I am today. And I appreciate that. I love you, Mom, for that though. Alberta Grady. Shout out to my moms though. But Yeah, we got to really be accountable for our own actions, people. And if you have kids, I would strongly advise for you, if you have kids, show them methods of survival. Don't ever give your kids that avenue approach that everything is given to them, because it's not. It's not given to you at all. You have to work for what you want in life. You have to want to succeed in life. And in order for you to succeed in life, you have to sacrifice. I sacrificed a lot of things in my childhood, people. Sacrificed a lot of things. But at the same time, look where I'm at right now. Doing successful, doing this podcast for the people, yes, heavy hitters, you know what I'm saying? Doing it for everybody, because I hope people can relate to what I'm going through, well, what I went through, and build off on how you could be successful. But being bougie and stunting, get that shit out right now at a young age. Because when you get to my age, you ain't gonna be thinking about that shit. You're gonna be thinking about investing. You're gonna think about wanting to save. You're gonna be thinking about putting, whatever, just so you could be on the up and up. I think I did a great job as far as, doing what I had to do, because I used my stature that where I went through as a child, and I built off of that to try to make my kids successful and try to make them understand that it's okay to have nicks in the road. It's okay to have bumps in the road. But at the same time, build off those. Build off those so you can be successful in life. Do what your dad did. No, I'm going to take that back. Don't do what your dad did. Do better what your dad did. And I tell that to them every day. If anybody have kids right now, I want you to institute to them that you want them to do better than what you did for yourself. It's like a generational thing. You want that for your children. You want that for your family, especially as a man. And I have all boys. I want that for my sons. So whenever they had kids, I want them to address that same thing with their children. It's not just my name that want to be generational. I want the plan that I have for them to be generational. You know what I'm saying? So people, if you're being bougie, like I said, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It's all about how you do it. And fellas, if you stunting, cut that shit out. Stunting ain't gonna get you nowhere but somebody getting their bills paid. All right? Stunting is not gonna get you anywhere but have your bank account in the negative balance. Stunting is not gonna get you anything but some empty pockets. So I want to collabo stunting with being bougie, and I want us to come to some common ground and make it our all to try to do better. You could do better by, learning certain techniques. You could do better by being mindful. But I'm going to stick with this, and I've been talking about this for the entire podcast. You could learn by being humble. If you be humble with yourself, you could shed light on a lot of people that may be struggling, that look up to you. Like, you could be your own role model and actually influence someone to do better for themselves. And when they do better, they don't forget the next person that's below. If you think I'm lying, like I said, I'm living proof, man. I'm living proof on everything that I'm telling you tonight. So if you think I'm lying, just think about it. If you went through the struggle like I did, if you went through hardships and now you're successful, then you pretty much can relate to everything I'm saying. Period. You got to ask yourself why people don't like you. Why people don't like you is because you look down on everyone. Why people don't like you is because you see materialistic things over the most important thing, which is being real. Why do people not like you? People don't like you because back then you was on the same level as them right now, but now that you came up, you look down on them. That's why people don't like you. That's why people don't respect you. And that's why people feel like at the end of the day, when karma comes around, it's going to get you before it get them. It's not going to get them because they went through the struggle. They went through the hardships, the hard times to build them up, to make them who the person that they are right now. So if you're going to sit there and just think that everything is going to be all peaches and cream, it may be for the moment, but guess what? It's only temporary. It's only temporary until you really hit rock bottom. And when you hit rock bottom at my age, man, it is tough to crawl out that endless hole. Because some people just can't. And when some people can't, they get desperate. And when some people get desperate, they struggle. If they struggle, they feel like it's a game that they can't win. So don't put yourself in that position. Don't have it in your mind that at the end of the day, for me doing somebody dirty, I can't now, when I'm going through those hardships that they're going through as an adult, don't look at it as its ultimate failure. Find a way, and the way is to be humble. Give someone else the same energy, positive energy that you had when you was high, when they're low. If you can't do that, I gotta question your common decency. I gotta question the fact that, are you truly a good person? I have to question on the fact that, can I trust you? Or do you even have my best interest at heart? Because if you can't succeed to all three of those examples I just gave, how in the world can I take information from you to be serious? Or how can I take you as a serious individual? Or how can I look at you as somebody that I confide in to make me come up and be successful in life? I can't even do that. So with the whole segment tonight, why be bougie and why be stunting? Again, you don't want to be that BLT. You don't want to be like that. You want to be able to give back to a certain degree, because some people that are on the low will take advantage, but give back and don't forget where you came from. It's not hard, people. It's not hard for anyone to be a role model and somebody that may be struggling with certain things, just to give them that extra push that they need to get up in life. It's not hard at all. Somebody did it for me, and I know damn well somebody can do it for you. Point blank, period. Like, I don't even have a last call on that. I don't even have nothing else to say on that. It's self-explanatory. Do unto others as you will want done to you. That is my message for tonight. If you could do someone a favor, that's all you need to do. Do them a favor. Do them a good deed. Do your good deed for tonight. My good deed for tonight is, I'm not going to look at someone that's not on the level as me as they're beneath me. I'm going to lift them up and try to make them successful in what they do throughout their endeavors. And if they come back to me and say, you know what, Michael Grady, you inspire me to do right. Hell, I did my job. And I can still live my life. You know what I'm saying? Just know that in my heart, I influenced somebody else's life. Just know in my heart that I made someone feel better by not looking down on them. I made someone feel like they was appreciated instead of them feel like they wasn't accepted in this society. Because some people that feel like they came up don't look at the bottom as being accepted. They look at them as peasants. I'm not going to look at my people that way. And it doesn't matter if you're black, white, whatever. I'm not going to look at you that way, because at the same time, your boy went through that same struggle. At the same time, your boy went through the hardships and the trials and tribulations that I dealt with. When I see somebody else, I want to lift them up and be like, you know what? We're going to work on this together. Because if I'm going to eat, you're going to eat too. It's not a black or white thing. It's a human race thing. Point blank, period. So take that in consideration when you're being courteous to an individual that's a human being just like you are. That's a strong message. That's a very strong message. But at the same time, my message may not get heard by a lot of people. And, I kind of figured that. Some people going to live the way they want to live. You know what I'm saying? Some people going to live just like this photo I got up here right now. Look at you with your bougie avocado toast. I want to buy a plane so I can live that bougie life. You still going to have people like that. At the end of the day, that's what they want. But at the same time, what do you want? What do you want to do for yourself? And what do you want to do for somebody that you're trying to help out? Do you want them to be accepted for that lifestyle to where when you make it, you forget about everybody else? Or do you want that lifestyle to where when you make it, you want to be helping somebody else? How can you help somebody when you look down on them? That's going to kill the motivation. That's going to kill their drive to be successful in life. That's going to kill their whole being of wanting to be accepted in this world, and not by materialistic things, not by how much money they made. Morally, you want to be accepted because you want to be respected. That's how I look at shit. I want to be morally remembered on how I could help the next man instead of what I can give to the next man. I can give a lot. Knowledge is power. Knowledge to me is worth more than money. Period. So if I give you knowledge that's going to build you up and get you to that point to where you feeling like you made it, shit, you made it. You don't need my dollar. You making yours. But at the same time, some people just don't look at it from that perspective. Some people feel like stature is everything, and it's not. Stature is not everything, man. Stature is just temporarily. Materialistic things are just temporarily. If you think you can take all that when you go to heaven or hell, you're sadly mistaken. Unless they're going to put it all in your ground with you. And we know damn well that shit's not going to happen. You think I wanted somebody to take my car with me, put my car in the grave with me, even though I don't cherish my car? It's materialistic. Just like everything else from people that's successful. It's a materialistic item. Don't idolize it. Appreciate the people that you help. Put them on a pedestal before you put something materialistic. And if you're going to be bougie in a good way. Like I said, bougie is not bad, but the way you deliver it, it could be not good. It could be looked at as you're shitting on people. It could be looked at as, oh, if you're not on that level, I don't want no association with you. Don't be that way. Don't be that guy or don't be that gal. And for my fellas out here right now stunting, like I told y'all earlier, if you stunt and don't have nothing to show for it, what's the whole point? That's a waste. The whole time you stunt, you could have been investing. The whole time you stunt, you could have been like, you know what? Let me help out this person right here that may need some food. The whole time you stunting for somebody that's probably don't even need that, the whole time you stunting, you could have been an asset to somebody who's struggling. If you think I'm lying, if you're in a major city right now, get in your car, go out right now and look around the neighborhood and you see people struggling. I know some people may think, well, man, these people out here homeless, they out here faking. Yo, the struggle is real for some. It may be not for all, but the struggle is real for some. You know what I'm saying? If you never experienced what it feels like to struggle, then take the time out to realize what it is to struggle. I realized it. I've been through it. Hell, like I told you earlier, I was living in a household with 6 people with $1,000 income. The struggle was fucking real. The struggle was real as shit. So for people, again, I strongly emphasize, if you made it, give back. Don't be that person to where you forget where you came from. And fellas, don't put your money in something that you can't see an investment with. AKA stunting. Because if you stunt, at the end of the day, you're going to be stuck where you don't have nothing. Trust me, there's times when I stunt and the next day I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck did I do? I was stunting because I wanted to please the masses. I wanted to please the people around me. Like I said, they are leeches. Because at the end of the day, when all was said and done, I ain't getting none of their phone numbers. I don't even know who the people that I was talking to. You think they reached out to me? Nope, not even. They was living for the moment. And they were sitting here laughing at me like that, clearly, because they feel like they got over. They made it. I learned from that. And hopefully people with this podcast, you can learn from a lot of things from a different perspective. You can learn from a lot of things from someone being honest with what they went through. Even though you may not have went through it, put yourself in their shoes. Live that moment. Live for the fact that, if somebody went through something that traumatic, I want to be an asset in them so they can come up. You don't have to carry them their whole life. Just be beneficial in their life and be positive and try to lead an example to where they can get out of that endless hole of struggling. For the people in Hollywood right now, they're doing good. Look at all the poverty that's going on in this country right now. Do you see them helping people out? Nah, because they're on that side of bougie to where they don't give a damn. They're on that side of bougie where if it's not affecting me, I don't got to worry about it. That's what we got to take into accountability, people. We got to really think about the fact that for all these people that we idolize, do they really have our best interests at heart? If they had our best interests at heart, why can't I have another meal on the table the next day? Why can't I afford to put Pampers on my baby? Or why can't I afford to give, clothes on my kids' back? Think about that before you really start to think about the people that don't think about you. That's facts, man. Straight facts. I know I've been preaching. It sounds like I'm preaching, but I'm just telling you what I feel. I'm telling you what I experienced, but I'm definitely telling you what the hell I know. It's a problem, man. It's really a problem within our own community, within the own community that I live in, and within my own race. We don't actually give back to nobody and try to see them come up. I'm gonna take that back. Some people do give back, but if we gave back to everybody that may be struggling, and like I said, some people take advantage of what they're struggling with because they feel contempt or complacent on how they're living. Wake up. If you want to hold somebody accountable for helping you out, you have to have yourself accountable for how you live. You can't live all your life thinking that that's the only way you can live. You can go outside the box. You can go outside the grid. You can go outside and think that you are a successful person, regardless of your stature. Because in your heart, you know it. I know it. Somebody else can see it that know it. You are somebody. Take that into consideration. Remember that right now. On this podcast, heavy hitters, remember right now, you are somebody. Get yourself out of that rut that you may be dealing with and find that light to be successful. At the end of the day, you really don't have to have someone to babysit you or carry you through the finish line. You can do that all yourself. You can do it all yourself. We don't have to rely on people that's bougie or that's stunting. We don't have to rely on them giving us their hand-me-downs. Take the time to motivate yourself. Take the time to be positive. But most importantly, take the time to lift your aspirations and your dreams and ambitions and make them a reality. It's not hard to do. People that's successful right now that have been through it, they made it. You could do the same thing. So ask yourself that question. Am I worth investing? You damn right you're worth investing because you live it. I can't invest in somebody that's not living. I can't invest in somebody who's not determined. But I can invest in somebody who's not motivated enough to get up, take that initiative, and lead by example for people that may be looking up to you, and that is your family. Man, I think I said enough on what it is to be in bougie and stunting. They're going to be like that regardless of how you look at it. But at the same time, do they have to be like that? The answer to me is no. You made it. Give back. Simple shit. So with that being said, I'm about to close out this podcast. I thank everyone for watching. This has been an interesting topic. I hope I reached someone that may have been struggling. And if you are struggling, just know that there's an opportunity for you to be successful. Take full advantage of it if given the opportunity. And don't rely on someone to give you anything. First of all, you know what? I got to do something special right now. I got to do something special because my man, Gary Smoot, that's my man, 20 grand. Gary, I know you're doing your podcast right now. I just started. But, I wanted to give him a huge shout out for him doing the Hour of Power. Gary Smoot, man, this is dedicated to you, brother. This is Gary K. I dedicate this to you, Gary Smoot. the hour of power himself, the Messiah, Gary Smoot, Smoot Talk Live. Check his podcast out. Check his podcast out right now, people. Smoot Talk Live. I know he's live right now because he went live at 7 o'clock. Check his podcast out right now, man. Dude gonna be spitting jewels just like I was doing tonight. You know what I'm saying? But as far as heavy hitters concerned, I thank you for watching. Appreciate the material. I appreciate everybody tuning in. And like I said, stay positive. Never look to anyone to give you a handout. But most importantly, get your blessings while you're here and while you're able. That's all we can do, man. So keep that in thought and keep that in prayer. And at the same time, we got to be humble for one another. Because like I said, it starts with one could lead to a million. Point blank, period. So with that being said, I'm about to close out. I'll see you guys next week. Thank you for tuning in. For heavy hitters, y'all stay up, be safe. Let's go watch the football team because they about to play the Patriots right now. We're about to dig in that ass. Yes, indeed. That's my team. Support the DMV. Support everybody. I love y'all. Stay tuned next week for heavy hitters. Y'all be safe.